Hey guys, okay, we have learned alignment, we have learned breathing with your diaphragm, and I hope you've practiced it. Now what you're going to do, let me explain something real quick, and I probably have already done that in another video, but to get your alignment and your breathing right corrects an intra-abdominal pressure. Your diastasis is caused not by pregnancy. It can be aggravated by pregnancy, but it was already, your alignment and breathing were wrong. So it's created an intra-abdominal pressure, and that can create pelvic organ prolapse. It can create diastasis, hernias, and other aches and pains in the body. So I just wanted to remind you of that real quick on why we're learning all this, okay? So now I want you to lay down, slide down, okay? So now begins the practicing of your breathing. So let's see if you can take your diaphragm breaths here. Before you start, I want you in correct alignment. So I want you to put your fingers in a triangular shape. Put the heels of your hands on your hip bones right here, and put your fingertips on your pelvic floor, on your pelvic bone. Pubic bone, I'm sorry. So you're going to rock back and forth until these fingers are parallel. You don't want these fingers up higher than your thumbs because that means you're in a tucked position. And then you're overarching if your thumbs are higher than your fingers. So you want them parallel. And it's actually going to create an arch right here, and it may feel a little bit weird, but this is correct alignment. Now, if you're a rib flare, you want to get a pillow and put it all the way underneath your shoulders, and it'll put your ribs down, and it will help you with your breathing, okay? So, here we go, in correct alignment, and now let's try to take 3 breaths, okay? So when you breathe in, it rises, and when you breathe out, it falls. Okay, so that is your breath. Now I want to see, do you have a turned on pelvic floor, or is it really relaxed? So what I want you to do is, if you can, let's start lifting that pelvic floor muscle up. A lot of people know them as Kegels or Kegels. And instead of doing a squeeze, I want you to visualize picking up your pelvic floor like you're picking up a tissue, okay? I want you to feel it in the front and through the back, because your pelvic floor muscle runs, okay, from here back here. So that's where I want you to feel it, okay? So let's do some pulses. So lift your pelvic floor muscle up, and if you have to remember doing a Kegel, do a Kegel if that helps you not be confused. So let's do about 10. As you're doing this, I want you to tell me if you can feel your transverse abdominal tighten, and it'll be tightened right here, because your pelvic floor, when you tighten it or lift it up, it's actually can work in sync with your transverse abdominal. Keep pulsing. All right. Now, if you don't feel your transverse abdominal engage, I want you to do elevators. So, first floor, second floor, third floor. So lift your pelvic floor, lift it higher, and lift it highest on the third. Now do you feel your transverse abdominal engage? Relax. Try again. First floor, second floor, third floor. Relax. Now, you should have felt that transverse abdominal. If you don't, and you're part of the Facebook group, let me know, and I'll give you some tips. The reason why this is so important is because I want to teach you, again, to connect all of these muscles together. And this is your foundation for learning your breathing exercises that I'm going to give you. So now, what I want you to do is breathe in and think of it opening your pelvic floor. Now, when you breathe out this time, I want to see if you can lift your pelvic floor muscle and engage your TVA. So let's try that. So breathe in, breathe out, lift up, engage your TVA. Try again. Breathe in, breathe out, lift your pelvic floor, engage your TVA. Now when you're lifting your pelvic floor, remember that it's already engaging your TVA, and you want to practice helping it along and engaging it more. Alright? If you can't engage your TVA and you're not feeling it, I want you to know it's not a suck-in like this. It's an engagement of these muscles. So, how do you engage it? You can think about it and try to engage these muscles. That works for some women. If that doesn't work, think about these two bones right here being book covers, and you're closing the book cover. Close the book cover. Continue closing the book cover. Open, close. See if you can feel that. Lift your pelvic floor and close the book cover. Breathe in, breathe out, lift your pelvic floor and close the book cover. If you're still not feeling it, I want you to try to make a sound. So breathe in, breathe out, and push all the air out. Just think of pushing the air out and see if that sound helps you feel the engagement right here. See if you can pulse it. Or the book covers. Close, 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 close. I've noticed a lot, just the visualizations is different for everybody. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just practice breathing in. Open the pelvic floor. Breathe out. Lift. Close. Now, do this or the book covers to close it. Okay? But you're always breathing. I never, ever, ever want you to hold your breath. Okay? So it's all fluid and moving. Make sure you're still engaged and your pelvic floor is where it needs to be with your arch. And if you need a pillow under your shoulders, go ahead and do that. So those are some things I want you to practice. Just breathing in and breathing out, lifting your pelvic floor and closing your transverse abdominal. Okay? I'll see you in the next video.